Good morning, guys. Dave Schmitz, ResistanceBandTraining.com. Welcome to the band gym this morning. I want to take you through how to go ahead and decrease hand irritation when training with bands. It's a question that people have asked me frequently, so I thought I'd go ahead and just take some time to share with you ways that I go ahead and eliminate that. First and foremost, what you need to understand is as you train with bands, it's very similar to training with a barbell or dumbbell. You're going to develop some calluses on your hand that over time are going to decrease the hand sensitivity to bands. Also, just simply training with bands, you're going to desensitize your hands when training with them. But that said, there's still ways to go ahead and decrease hand irritation. So let me take you through 4 ways to go ahead and do that. First and foremost, get some gloves. You know, we sell resistance band training gloves, and the reason I sell them now is because I think it is important to go ahead and use them, especially as we get older and our skin gets a little bit thinner. Band training can become more irritating to our hands. Gloves, for me, eliminate that immediately. Second way to go ahead and do that is to go ahead and just use a towel. Now, a towel, go on ahead and hooked into bands similar to this. So if I take a towel and I hook it into the band, and let's say I'm going to go ahead and do some simple shoulder press work, well, the towel is going to allow me to go ahead and grip the towel so I don't have to grip the band. All right, so that's going to allow me to do that. Now, the key thing here, though, is when you're using a towel, there's going to be certain exercises that you can't use it for. So I like to use it a lot for single arm push-pull type movements. I like to use it for pulling, bilateral pulling movements. All right, you're going to find a lot of ways to go ahead and hook a towel on to train with. But the thing is, keep in mind, there are a lot of exercises you can use a towel for, and that's another way to go ahead and decrease hand irritation. If you're going to use a towel, make sure it's not too big of a towel. I like to use more of a dish towel or a hand towel versus an actually really long bath towel, just because I don't want that much towel to have to deal with. Plus, I don't want it to have to become too much of a wide grip effect. So what I'll do is very often go with a lower size towel so the grip that I have to use isn't going to be compromised because the towel is too large. Next way to go ahead and change or decrease hand irritation is to go ahead and use PVC pipe. PVC pipe is going to go ahead and allow you to grip the pipe, so now you don't have to grip the band, and you can do a lot of training with the PVC pipe. So the key thing here is going to be attaching the band to the PVC pipe. Let me pop this off real quick, and I'll just take you through quickly how I go ahead frequently attach the band to the PVC pipe. So if I'm going to go ahead and do some upper body training with the PVC pipe, one of the easiest ways I'm going to go ahead and hook the band on is I'm going to take the band and I'm going to loop it back onto itself. That's going to create a loop that I can then put the band through, and then I'm simply going to go ahead and pull it tight, lock it on, and now I can go ahead and do pushing, pulling, pressing, so I have the band securely locked onto the PVC pipe. I think that's a key, but again, there's going to be a lot of ways that you can train with PVC pipe, which is going to be less irritating to your hands. We'll show you more of those as we go along. The final way to go ahead and decrease hand irritation is to get a pair of training handles. You know, for a long time we had training handles that were a little bit larger, didn't fit your hand as well. The new training handles now are contoured to your hand, so they really allow you to go ahead and use the handle versus having to place the band directly onto your hand. And as a result of that, you're going to go ahead and decrease a lot of hand irritation by simply using handles. And interesting enough, you can use those in a lot of ways. You can use them with single band training. You can also use them obviously with bilateral training and attached training. So there are a lot more ways to go ahead and use training handles than what you think, but that's another way to go ahead and decrease hand irritation. Now, there's some other benefits to going ahead and using these tools to decrease hand irritation, but they're also going to provide you benefits with your training. Obviously, the first benefit is, as we've been talking about, it's going to decrease hand irritation, which is going to allow you to go ahead and grip stronger, not have to worry about being inhibited by pain into your hand. As a result, you're going to get better actual workouts because you don't have that pain distracting you or pulling you away from your actual workout. Another key thing is going to go ahead and it's going to decrease latex sensitivity. You know, I know a lot of people have latex sensitivity. There's a couple of different types. There's airborne sensitivity, but there's also just skin sensitivity. Well, by going ahead and applying gloves, PVC pipe, towel, handles, you don't have to have the band touching your skin, which in that case will not accelerate or increase the skin sensitivity to latex. So that might be a way, if you find that your hands are sensitive to latex, you might want to go ahead and consider one of these 4 options. It's going to improve grip. Now, why do you want to improve grip? Well, as soon as I go ahead and I can improve grip strength, especially with my upper body training, I'm going to immediately improve stability, especially into my shoulder girdle. So getting a solid grip and being able to really squeeze that grip is going to improve shoulder stability and stabilization, which is going to be a key benefit to making sure you have a solid way to grip, which is obviously probably going to be better than just gripping the band by itself. Another way it's going to do is it's going to change lever arms. So what it's going to do is, by taking a towel as an example and hooking the towel into a band, I'm going to clip the handle off here. You're going to go ahead and hook the towel into the band. Well, now you're going to go ahead and be able to change the lever arms. So now the band is outside my hand versus inside my hand. So I can create it in here and press. That's going to decrease, change the lever arm versus making it out here and going ahead and pressing. So what happens is, a lot of times when you start using these other tools that are decreasing hand irritation, they're going to change the leverage point of the band relative to the joint you're exercising. And what's going to happen is, you're going to be able to use a smaller band to create higher levels of resistance. Last and kind of as kind of a similar component to that benefit is you're going to be able to do offset loading, because now using tools like the PVC pipe especially, I can offset load, and what that's going to do is it's really going to drive my trunk to be a lot more active. So allowing yourself to use like a PVC pipe is going to create offset loading, which in turn is going to provide you an additional benefit to resistance band training, not just decreasing irritation in your hands, but also increasing by offset loading, making your trunk work more. Another great benefit to using some of these tools that we just got done talking about. So there you go. How to go ahead and decrease hand irritation? A lot of ways to do it. Don't struggle with it. Go ahead and try some of these ways, and if you have any more questions in regards to this, don't hesitate to ever email me, Dave@resistancebandtraining.com. I'll be happy to go ahead and help you out.